Hi students. All right, this is the second video. This is not in your book, but we will have some exams on this, and this is something you really need to learn about, especially Introduction to Law Enforcement. And we go over the Fourth Amendment of the Bill of Rights. There's a couple amendments you need to know if you ever want to go into criminal justice field. The First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Fourth Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. First being right of free speech, second being the right to bear arms, fourth being probable cause, search and seizure kind of things we're going to talk about today. Fifth being the right to remain silent. There's a couple others, but those are the most important. Okay, but right now we're just going to go over the Fourth Amendment. All right. I've already let you listen to this. This is just that 911 call answering machine, which is kind of a funny start. All right, moving on. Searches and seizures. Have you ever been searched? I always ask everybody this in my classes, and I only get a couple people that are scared to put up their hands. But actually, if you've ever been in the airport and flown on a plane, you've been searched. All right, so can the police search your person, search your car, search your home? Well, that depends. Because of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, you have a Fourth Amendment, which is the right of the people to be secure in your person, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable search and seizure. And that basically means that cops just can't come to your door, break in your door, and come search you unless they have a reason to or a warrant. All right, so now we're going to go through a little kind of level of things that cops utilize to determine whether or not they need a warrant or to search you or your house or your property. And here's kind of the list of things, and we're going to look at all of them. But cops start out with no information, meaning they have no idea. So if they don't know who you are, they don't know if you've committed a crime. So no, they just can't come and search you. And we're going to go through all of these all the way down to beyond a reasonable doubt. Hopefully you've heard of that before. But these are the two most important things that cops need to know about. And I'll go through why. All right. And here's kind of a little graph to show you. Again, 0% is no information at all. Here's reasonable suspicion or probable cause. And here's 100% beyond a reasonable doubt. And we're going to go through all of this and what all this means. All right, so no information. That means, again, an officer doesn't know anything about you. So obviously, if a cop has no information, they can't search you if you're just walking along the street. They can't stop you. In fact, you could actually give the officer the middle finger and they can't stop you because they have no information. That is, if they have no information that you've committed a crime. All right, so can a cop search you with no information? Yes or no? Hopefully you say no, because that is correct. No, they can't. Okay, next one, hunch. If a cop has a hunch. So, a cop has a gut feeling. They see you walking down the street. They think, I think that person might have just robbed that 7-Eleven. Can that cop search you if they just have a hunch? What do you think? Yes or no? No, cop can't search you if they just have a hunch. They just think, gosh, they have a gut feeling. It's their intuition. Nope, they can't search you, folks. All right, suspicion. Officer knows a minor fact. So let's say that an officer stops a person on the street to ask a question. That person says, that person quickly puts their hand in their pocket. Or let's say an officer finds a piece of paper on the ground and it says, hey, that person, his name's John Doe, and he always hangs out in front of the 7-Eleven, he's selling drugs. So if an officer has suspicion, can an officer search you for those drugs or search you just because you put your hand in your pocket really fast if all the cop has a suspicion that you might have something and has no other facts at all? No. Okay, remember I told you reasonable suspicion is going to where it starts changing? Okay, reasonable suspicion means that officer knows several minor facts, a large fact, or a large fact from a source of unknown reliability that points to a particular person engaging some type of criminal activity. For example, a teacher is standing outside of a girl's lavatory and she smells cigarette smoke coming from the lavatory. The only two girls in the lavatory then leave together. The teacher has reasonable suspicion, but not probable cause to believe the girls have been smoking and have cigarettes in their purse. Okay, so that's what reasonable suspicion is. So, can a cop search you if they have reasonable suspicion to think that you might have done something? Yes, but this is where it gets a little sticky. So we're going to go into this a little bit further. I promise we're going to come back to reasonable suspicion. Okay, probable cause. Probable cause means that an officer has enough evidence to lead a reasonable person to believe that the suspect has or is about to engage in criminal activity, or that the items searched for are connected with criminal activity and will be found in the place to be searched. For example, an increase of 200 to 300% in power consumption within a building is not enough alone to establish probable cause to believe that drug growing operation is underway. However, such an increase with other suspicious facts, including an anonymous phone call claiming that people at a certain place are growing drugs, is enough to establish probable cause in a search warrant. So, can a cop search you with probable cause? Yes. Probable cause is a cop sees you run a red light. There's probable cause to believe you've run that red light. They can search you. Probable cause is what cops need to make an arrest and, yes, search. Also, probable cause is what is needed to get a warrant. So when you hear cops say they got a warrant to search somebody's house, they needed to have probable cause in order to get that warrant. So probable cause that the person or the place that they're going to search contains evidence that that person is engaged in some type of crime. Okay, you always hear about preponderance of evidence and beyond a reasonable doubt. Well, preponderance of an evidence is used in civil court. So, for example, Judge Judy, I always use this, all the ones, Judge Judy, People's Court, the ones on TV where somebody's suing someone over money. That has to do with civil. It's basically over 50% preponderance of the evidence. So, in civil court, generally dealing with money, or if you think of O.J. Simpson, when in criminal court he was found not guilty, but he went to civil court, they only had to find that it was 51% beyond a preponderance of the evidence that O.J. Simpson killed Ron and Nicole. Whereas criminal court, innocent or guilty, where you go to prison, that's beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, I'm going to stop here and I will continue with video number 2 to continue on with the Fourth Amendment.